So I'm procrastinating. I'm looking at my autumnal garden from my bedroom window. We're in the middle of October now, and I know I need to get out there and do a few jobs, but I don't know. I just need a bit of a boost to get out there and do it. So I'm going to go and put my wellies on, and let's take a walk around the front and the back garden and see what jobs need doing. And this is how the back garden is looking from the bedroom window. So the hydrangeas are doing so well, really pleased about those, and they're looking great in the late autumn sunshine there. So let's have a look at what we need to do in the back garden. And just look at the state of my wellies. So I went pumpkin picking with my grandchildren, and I've not cleaned them off yet, but not to worry, I did get some amazing pumpkins and gourds. And I've been moving some pots around from the back garden. So this Rebecca is in one of my black pots, and I think it looks rather good there. And I just love Rebecca at this time of the year in the sun. They're so joyful, these types of plants. And it's looking good and doing well there, so I think I'll keep it there. And I've also added a wreath to the front door, and also embellished it a little bit with some ribbon and some extra pine cones. So that's looking quite good, with the pyracantha that is doing amazingly well. So I'm really pleased about this particular plant. So I've been trimming it all year really, and that's the secret, I think, to keep them sort of well maintained. And I'll just give you a bit of a better view there. I'll just show you the pumpkins that I bought. The smaller ones were £3 and the larger one was £5. So they're very unusual. I'm really pleased with those. Okay, so moving round, I've added a Dollar Tree boo sign, which I think is really cool. We've got Halloween coming up, so that's just a little touch there. So this little, well, it's not so little actually, calla lily needs a bit of work. I think I will trim off the leaves that have yellowed, but it will need to be cut right back. I do actually have 3 of those. So we've got 1 here, 2 and 3. This one in the front did actually bear some flowers, but the other 2 didn't. But last year this particular calla lily was really gorgeous with deep pink blooms, so that's a shame that it didn't flower this year. Leave a comment below if you know the reason why. Do they only flower every other year? I'm not too sure. I'm quite new to calla lilies, so I'm not sure what their sort of habits are, but I would like them to bloom again, because I think they are a beautiful plant. So I've got and oh sorry, there's my shadow there, hi. Got the sun behind me. So there's another pyracantha that I am sort of growing up the side of the house, but I think, oh, this is not great, is it? I'm going to get my shadow all the time. Okay, I shall move this side. Yes, so I'm sort of growing it up the side of the house there. I probably will thin it out a bit so that it looks a bit neater. But I did have some gaps here, so I've moved a couple of the hydrangeas from the back garden around, and I think this is the first time that I've ever done that. So it really does add a blast of colour, and makes the front garden look very, very good and very inviting. So that was a good idea, I think, there. And I've got a hosta down next to that beautiful hydrangea, and that seems to be doing okay. The hostas here in the front actually did better than the hostas in the back, although having said that, I can see where a slug's munched on those. So yeah, but I can cut a few of the really bad leaves off, so that's a little job to be done. This Hebe, I thought I'd killed it off actually, because I trimmed it back so hard 2 years ago and there was nothing, but it seems to have really revived itself. And isn't Mother Nature wonderful? And it yeah, it's looking good, and it did have some really pretty lilac colour flowers on in the summer really, and I think these are grape hyacinths. So these ones here have got some leaves here, so they will come out in the springtime. And moving around, now I didn't plant these. They're either violas or pansies. I think they're violas, but I think they've been self-seeded or seeded by birds or something. So they're quite pretty there. So I might have to move some of the other ones because that's our gate there. That's where we come and go. Yeah, so they will need to be something to happen to those. Probably those I'll dig up. Maybe that little one, perhaps I'll replant it. But this little rose has been quite a joy. We've still got a couple of buds there. I will snip off the worst of the leaves, so that would bring that to life a little bit. And I've just noticed another job. Oh dear. There's always something to do, isn't there, in the garden? But I did trim back the salvias, and they have had a last bit of colour, but when they're fully out, they're so gorgeous with these amazing purple stems. But I have trimmed all of the salvias, so they will be great for early spring, summertime. So I'm really pleased with how my Salax flamingo tree is thriving, really. So we have been looking after it, and I get a small little hole there. I plan to sort of enlarge the hole, and hopefully if I get chance I may plant some spring bulbs there, so that would be lovely if I do get round to that. So it'd be nice to have snowdrops, cyclamen I'd say, also some daffodils and probably some tulips as well. But I just wanted to take you up to the front of the garden here and show you the pumpkins. Oh dear, something's happened to that one. Oh. Yes, nature is happening there. And I'll just show you the beautiful, beautiful chrysanthemums. But they've been every colour from red to orange to yellow. And I'm pleased that I moved these into the front garden because they are looking good. And that's the other one. And these pumpkins are faring better. No little friends in those. So welcome to my garden. First job, probably in springtime, paint the gate. Okay, in we go. So you'll have to excuse it. I mean, it is autumn time, and we've been away, and also I've been really poorly, so I have neglected my beautiful back garden, but nature has a way of redeeming itself, and the bottom is looking really pretty in the sunshine. But I'll just show you some of the pots that I have here at the top. So I do have to give this particular plant a little bit of love and attention, and the sedum's doing fine, and this planter needs some attention as well. Probably actually I need to repot some of these. So we've got 3 plants here, I believe, and we've got what have we got? This is echinacea, and this one's a heuchera, and this is some form of grass. And also the I do like this particular plant, and I think I have to cut it right back in March. But these hypericum berries, when they're sort of late summer, they do look beautiful. You can trim them and put them in flower arrangements, so that's always a good idea. But yeah, it's looking as it should look at this time of year. So we have an amazing blue sky. Just love these autumnal days when you just get the sunshine and a nice crisp breeze. And lots of birds are over in my neighbour's bush over there, and they are singing away, so they're loving life. And The wisteria has put on a little bit of a growth spurt, which I trimmed off last week, so that's still doing its thing. Always give the wind chimes a little bit of a tinkle there, and the grasses are stunning even at this time of year. In actual fact, this time of year is when they do particularly well, I think. So I have had a bit of a move round of the hydrangeas. So some of them are looking better than others. This was the blue one, or one of the blue ones that was in front of the conservatory. And so I'm glad I just stepped back. I'm glad that we did trim up the Italian cypress trees, because they're looking quite magnificent really. And I think that's the thing with the garden. When you've got structure, it seems to make the whole garden look a lot better. But we did miss our opportunity, sadly, to cut the lawn. Yes, I don't think we're going to be able to do it now. Although it's sunny, it is still wet, and that's not really going to be possible, unfortunately. But hey-ho, we'll do it when we can. And the verbena is still flowering, so still looking good. And this pink hydrangea, still looking marvellous. And this is a hydrangea that didn't actually bloom this year, but I'm loving the colour of the leaves. Absolutely gorgeous. So the honeysuckle that's coming through from next door, actually, shh, don't tell anybody, but it has been particularly marvellous. So we have 3 pieces, so here, and in the corner as well. That probably might need a little bit of a trim. And I think this is a salvia, but that's looking so beautiful, isn't it? And I've got a rose here, and that's absolutely gorgeous in the summer, but there is a bud. Whether it'll come out or not, I think it might be a bit too late for it. And I don't know the name of the flower or the plant in the back, but it is berrying up really nicely. And also the leaves have changed colour, so that's looking really good. And so is my robin on my fork. But what's not looking good, oh dear, we're going to have to do something about this little tomato plant. And of course something's had a go at that. All these pots need attention really, but we've still got a little bit of colour going on. And can you see that spider's web there? That is amazing, isn't it? So my little fountain in the bird bath is going in the autumn sunlight, and this is the plant that my husband bought about 6 weeks ago. So he wants to grow blackberries, so they've become a bit of a favourite in our family. So hopefully we will get some probably in the, I don't know, summer of next year. But this little pot, my granddaughters bought me this as a gift, actually for Mother's Day, but they're only just starting to bloom now. I think these are going to be quite magnificent when they come out. And there's a hosta in the back. Try not to fall over all the chairs here. But yeah, my hostas didn't do very well this year. I had to keep hacking them back, but I will try and think of something to do so that they don't get eaten to death really. And I have to make a decision about this plant, although it is looking very good at this time of year. So I did think it was a rose because of the leaves, and it just looks rose-like really, but we haven't had any roses, so not sure on that one. And this well, it's supposed to be a lollipop tree. Need to trim that up. And this is the last of the Crocosmia here. So I didn't cut this one back because we have Crocosmia all around the garden. I left this one in the pots just to see how it goes really through the different seasons. But I do actually quite like the way it's looking at the moment. And look, this hydrangea, it looks like it's going to have a flower come out, so that is amazing. And I've got some more verbena there. And this is a David Austin rose, and look, we've got some orange roses coming out at the top. Isn't that amazing? And there's more new growth spurting out that way, so that's not in the right direction, but we'll have that because I assume that we're going to get lots more roses there as well. And I only learned this recently, that if you leave in later summer, early autumn, if you leave the roses, you get the rose hips. I didn't know that. So I am leaving the rest of the roses, because when the rose hips sort of darken up and go sort of almost like a cherry red, they are amazing. And I've just seen that I've got some more beautiful orange roses that are going to come out there. So I'm thrilled about that. And I don't know what this plant is either here, but it's strange because it's gone from a light green, white to this amazing pink colour. Yeah, I don't, oh actually, perhaps I do know. Is it dogwood? Leave a comment below if you know what that plant is. But it's looking spectacular, and also looking spectacular, well, the foliage is. Look at that heuchera. I'm going to snip off the spent flowers there. Those leaves are beautiful, aren't they? And I've got another salvia here, and I'm being attacked by the verbena as I come round. So beautiful. And lavender. So I bought that cheaply from a garden centre. I think it was a bit unloved, but I thought I can bring it back to life. And just look at this particular pot. That will be lovely in the next year, maybe spring, summertime. And I've got a few little pots here with some succulents, artificial and real. And this is another one of my husband's purchases, and these are blackberries, oh sorry, blackcurrants. So I might have to snip a few of those leaves off. So this had a geranium in it, but look at this particular hydrangea. I just have to back up to show you. I'm just so in love with this hydrangea. And this hydrangea, I've had these for about 5 years now, and I don't know whether I can show you, but the size of the pot is not actually that big for the size of the plant. And really, they don't need much work. They probably will go all crispy and dry out a bit later, but I'm thoroughly enjoying them at the moment. And I think it's early spring when I have to sort of trim them back and get them into shapes so they look good for the rest of next year. So still got a bit of colour going on with the lobelia, so I'm a bit reluctant to actually take all those out, but I will be taking them out at some point so that I can plant some. I think I'll plant some more daffodils and some more tulips, and maybe some early spring flowering bulbs. They're still looking pretty, and this side is faring a little bit better. I think it doesn't get as much sun this side, but for the time of year, they're just going so well. And my mimosa tree is looking good, although when we got back from holiday, very sad because it was lying on the floor. So we have pinned it to the fence, and my husband's put a heavy pot to sort of wedge it up against the fence there, but hopefully that will keep it in place. But this is going to have cute little bright yellow pom-poms on it in February time. So these hydrangeas not doing so great on this side, but hopefully they'll come back next year. And didn't really need to trim these cypress trees too much. These were planted later than the cypress trees on the other side, so we're still waiting for those to fill out a bit, but they're doing fine. I might just trim a few pieces off. This piece just needs trimming just to keep them in shape. And there's the strawberry plants, so they might have to be thinned out a bit because they will take over, but they are looking quite delightful there. And I think there's the remnants of some strawberries there. And of course we've got another wisteria over the other arch, which will really develop very well next year, I think. And what I'm really thrilled about is this Boston ivy. Look at that autumnal colour. I might have to trim things up a bit here to give it a bit of air. And that is a rose from next door, that one. But the wisteria we're training along this wall so that when we're in the conservatory, come May time, we'll get a lovely view of all the, I think this one is a very light pink, or it might be a lavender colour. So that will be really pretty when that comes to fruition in May time. And so it's looking sad, isn't it, from what it was. But Huey, Louie and Dewey are still doing fine and keeping an eye on everything. But that is my garden at the third week of October. So not looking too bad, but it does need a little bit of TLC. So take care. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoy these types of videos, I have playlists, and I've also got videos of when I've been out and about at stately homes, and also I'm a big fan of the English Heritage and National Trust gardens, so I'm starting to put a few of those videos up as well, which you might enjoy. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now. Lots of love, Tracy. And look at that, an admiral butterfly. I was just about to go inside and I saw something flutter by me. So I don't want to move too much because I think it will fly off. But I'm trying to get round to show you the wings. Isn't she beautiful?